Today we will review the Tamron 17 to 50 mm lens. You can see on the picture there are two lenses on the picture. The left one is the stabilized version and the right one is the original non-stabilized version. Between the two the difference is not huge. Optically the original version a little bit better, and the original version is smaller and has less weight, and the stabilized version is a little bit bigger, has 72 mm filters instead of 67 of the original version. Today I want to speak more about the original version because it's a better bargain. You can have a cheaper price. The stabilized version has a higher price, and for this higher price perhaps it's worth to consider the Canon 17 to 55 mm instead, because of it has a silent USM ultrasonic focusing motor, which is a big difference in usage. First I spoke about the downsides of the lens. There are not many. One of these ultrasonic motor usually is common in more expensive lenses. This lens has a traditional micromotor which has a little sound. It's not disturbing, only it is disturbing when absolute silence is needed, for example a wedding ceremony or classical music concerts. Otherwise it's not so disturbing, this buzz which you can hear when you use this lens. The focusing speed is quite nice. It's no problem with the speed, only this noise can be a little bit problematic if you don't like it. The ultrasonic autofocusing lenses has a better feel when you use them. And there's another thing to speak of. It's called field curvative. This means when you use the lens at the biggest f2.8 aperture at 70 millimeters, that the corners are not in focus. For example, if you make a picture of a building, then the focus plane is not straight but a little bit bended, and this way can happen that the center of the building is in focus but the two sides are not. But not many people make pictures, landscape pictures at f2.8 aperture. Usually smaller apertures are f5.6 and or f16. Smaller apertures are used for landscapes, so it's not really a huge problem. The bigger pictures about these two lenses. The lens has two switches, one of them to change manual focusing and between autofocusing, and there's a zoom lock which prevents the lens creeping if you point the lens downwards. Other way, the lens made of plastic, a little bit too much plastic there, but for this relatively cheap price, it's no problem with it. But there are lenses which has better build quality, it's made from metal, not plastic. But for me, no problem with this plastic, and it helps to reduce weight, which is very good. You don't need it to always carry big weight of these lenses and cameras and so on. I show some pictures I made with the lens. Generally pictures are very nice. The sharpness of this lens is exceptional. This is sharper than many other L lenses, for example the Canon 24-105mm or the Canon 24-70mm f2.8 Mark I, or even the newest 24-70mm f4 is not so sharp than this lens. This lens is very sharp, and the colors are very nice, the contrast is very nice. I always satisfy the pictures of this lens can produce. Another downside, it is not a full frame lens. You cannot use it on a full frame camera. You can turn on the you can attach this lens to a full frame camera, but won't fill the frame. There will be dark corners around, and even in the viewfinder you see, and it's not really useful in a full frame camera. Here this shot was made like f2.8. I focused on the flowers in the foreground, and the background is nicely blurred. This background blur or bokeh is quite nice for this lens, because usually wide angle lenses has a nice bokeh, but this lens is better in this regard, and at 50mm f2.8 you can make nice pictures with it. Even if you don't like the pictures, a little post-processing makes the pictures exceptional. So if you have more questions about it, or do you want to see more information, you can check my website at oljaterhan.com. Thanks for watching.